Aristotle, he lived 350 years before Christ in Greek. He was a philosopher, and he believed that the earth was round. And he also believed that the earth would be the center of the universe. And many of his ideas were influential, and most of them stayed unchallenged for the coming 2000 years. That is according to the Reader's Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 1, Part 1, written by Aristarchus and John R. Shakespeare on the page 49. Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn astronomy. Today, Aristarchus of Samos and Aristotle. And after we've done it, we're going to do body center training. And if you participate in the body center training, then es wird ja anders. Aristarchus of Samos lived from 310 until 230 before Christ. He was a Greek astronomer, the first man to suggest that every object in the sky revolves around the sun, not around the earth as people then believed. This heliocentric or sun-centered theory did not gain acceptance until it was revived in the Renaissance by Copernicus and Galileo. Okay, Aristarchus of Samos. He lived 300 before Christ in Greek, and he is the first known person who suggested that the planets, that every object in the sky, that the planets, I'm going to say the planets, it's not completely the same, are revolving around the sun. This heliocentric idea, so heliocentric, that the sun is in the center of the universe, or of the solar system, was then later revived in the Renaissance by Copernicus and Galileo. I think that is all. The name. Aristarchus of Samos. Aristarchus of Samos. Aristarchus of Samos. I'm going to start the second camera and try to say it. Aristarchus of Samos. Aristarchus of Samos, he lived 300 years before Jesus Christ in Greek, and he is the first known person who suggested that the Earth and the other things, the other planets, are revolving around the sun and not the things revolving around the Earth. And this heliocentric idea, so that the sun is in the center of the universe, was then later revived by Copernicus and Galileo in the Renaissance, 1800 years later. And that is according to Reader's Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 1, Part 1, Structure of the Universe, written by Aristarchus and John R. Shakespeare on the page 49. What was the thing? First man to suggest that every object in the sky revolves around the sun, not around the earth as people then believe. And to the other part. Aristotle, 384 until 322 before Christ. Greek philosopher who understood that the earth was round, but believed that it was the center of the universe. He lived 100 years earlier than Aristarchus of Samos. So he said that the earth is round, but he believed that the earth would be the center of the universe. Aristotle's influence on later thinkers was so great that his astronomical writings went unchallenged for nearly 2000 years. And he was very influential, and many of his ideas went unchallenged for the coming 2000 years. Aristotle, living 350 years before Christ, 350 years before Christ, and in Greek, and he had the beliefs that the earth was round, but that it was the center of the universe, and many of his ideas were taken for true gold. There's a saying like that. We're taking like, I don't know the saying how it goes exactly in English. It's truly for coming for 2000 years and remain almost unchanged. So I'm going to start the camera back in. Let's try to say. Aristotle, he lived 350 years before Christ in Greek. He was a philosopher and he believed that the earth was round. And he also believed that the earth would be the center of the universe. And many of his ideas were influential and most of them stayed unchallenged for the coming 2000 years. That is according to the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge Book 1, Part 1, written by Ian Ridpath and John R. Shakespeare on the page 49. Want to stop the camera? I'll give these videos when we singular ones a little bit different name than Aristotle or Aristarchus of Samos, just like Aristotle on astronomy or Aristotle's influence on astronomy or something like that. But for now, that was the astronomy part. If you were here for astronomy, you can go directly to the next part of astronomy. If you stay here and participate in the body center training, you can as well at your own risk. We're having the feet standing hip width apart, a bit down into the knees, flex the legs and press them together. And now, straighten one leg. Press together the legs for all time. Straighten and bend the leg again. And now, press together the legs and straighten the other leg. And now, a bit wider apart, down into the knees, flex again, press together, and go over to one side so that leg gets straight. Leg press together, flex, over to the other side, straighten the other leg, and leg. A bit closer together and press to the outside. And now, one leg up. Right angle with the leg, flex foot, even 9 tips taller with the back, and press from the top against the knee. And from the side. And press up and to the side. And press from the outside and out slide. Close again. And down. Other leg up and press from the top. And press outside. And press up to the side. And press from the side and out slowly. Close again. And now 3 exercises on the ground. First a side plank on the elbow. And then if you like and can, one leg up. And now on the long arm. One arm out, leg up, and pull the knee to the elbow. And over to the other side. Elbow on the ground. One leg up. And now on the long arm. One arm out, leg up, pull the knee to the elbow. And leg up again. One heel onto the ground, pull the toes in, move the leg from left to right. Other heel onto the ground, pull the toes in, move the leg from left to right. And take one leg up. Other one. Take one leg at the ankle, straight back, knee down onto the ground. Change again. Legs width apart, breathing along. And breathe out. In and up. And out. Breathing across the legs. And breathing out. That was for body center training. Hi, very much.